Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the beautiful Gulf Coast city of Pensacola, Florida for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Square Ring Promotions in association with Hirsch Barrel Boxing and the Pensacola Civic Center. This bout is sanctioned by the NABO, Supervisor Phil Siegel, along with the Florida State Athletic Commission, the Chairman Ramiro Ortiz, Vice Chairman Don Bowen, Commissioners Mel Gerardo, Jim Steineke, and Dr. Donald Perry, with the Executive Director Thomas Malloy. Introducing our three judges scoring this bout from ringside: Mike Ross, Don Ballas, and Peter Trematera. And our third man to the ring, our referee in charge of this bout, Tommy Kimmins. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant NABO Light Heavyweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and fight fans joining us around the world, live from Pensacola, Florida, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing red trunks with white trim, he weighed in at the light heavyweight limit of 175 pounds. His record, 27 wins, 8 losses, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the 4-time world title challenger from Patterson, New Jersey, introducing Omar Sheika. And introducing his opponent across the ring on my right, really needing no introduction the world over, tonight making his return to his hometown ring for the first time in 10 years. Wearing black trunks with blue trim, he weighed in at a trim and ready 173 1/4 pounds. His record, 52 wins, 5 losses, 38 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 8-time world champion in 4 weight divisions from Pensacola, Florida, introducing the one, the only, Roy Jones Jr. Once again, a referee in charge, Tommy Kimmins, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing for this vacant championship bout.
I want Roy and the Chief Sackett only, please. Thank you. Thanks. All right, gentlemen, this is the main event, and I gave you the instructions. I want to remind you, this audience is here to watch you fight, so keep it clean. Touch them up.
Sold out in the Civic Center, and the crowd in attendance is here for one reason, to see Roy Jones Jr. And they are thrilled to see him in action.
I am also.
I've called so many of his fights, so you'd think that this was for the heavyweight championship of the world. Instead, it's for the NABO light heavyweight title, but we might see history in the making depending on what happens in the ring tonight. Will Roy's career continue, or will he, in fact, end it where he said he would in Pensacola, Florida? That's what this fight is all about. For Sheika, testing that very powerful right hand of his that had surgery about a year ago, and see if he's still got the power. He's going to want to force the fight, but Roy has that advantage in reach, and he's a guy that knows how to set traps. But Sheika tries to put the pressure on him early.
Sheika's doing what he wants to do right now. He wants to get close. Roy's tremendous talent, though. We're gonna see what happens. Both guys are fighting well. Nice left hook from Roy.
Solid left hook.
He hurt Sheika.
But Sheika backing up a little bit. Roy hangs the left hand, but he still has the quickness. Not the great quickness that he once had, but he still has plenty of quickness in that left hand. Downstairs, and he's so smart.
He has flashes. He has those kind of things that still has that flashy speed. He can throw it when he needs to.
He's a guy that throughout his career would set traps for guys, and he's the best at it. Left hooks. He still knows how to fight. Don't forget, despite the fact he lost to Calzaghe, he had him down in the early rounds of that fight and could have called off or pulled off a major upset. He's outboxing Omar Sheika right now.
He's literally trying to cut him in half.
Yeah, Roy's throwing everything but the jab with real power. And as I say that, Sheika comes back and unleashes a right hand. Roy hangs onto the head and maneuvers him backwards.
Roy caught that right hand about 4 feet outside his face.
Digging body shots again. The uppercut on the inside. 2 uppercuts on the inside by Roy. Boy, is he boxing well against Sheika.
He's doing real good. Sheika can't keep up with the speed, which I knew was going to be a problem for him.
Even at 40 years of age, Roy still has really, really good speed. At one time, he had extraordinary speed, hence the background that he's had in this world of boxing. 8 world titles and 4 different weight classifications, including heavyweight champion of the world, which is an extraordinary effort.
I knew it was coming. He was setting it up. Whenever he raises that right hand high.
That's what I mean about the trap. He'll hold that hand high and get the guy walk in and blast him with a left hook.
Chef hook, chef hook.
Putting on a show for the crowd.
He started early. Left check hook. He's going to double the check hook this time, probably.
Trying to suck him in. Goes to the right hand lead. Oh, nails him with the right hand. You would swear that this was for a world heavyweight title, the way this crowd is reacting.
It's good to be loved. It's good to be loved. Well, missed that right hand, but he's setting him up.
Left hook almost dropped Sheika. Another left hook.
Sheika has heart. You gotta beat him up.
Oh,
you
yes, you do. Yes, you do. This guy can fight. Question is, how strong is his hand? Sometime after an operation, it can be stronger. We haven't seen him land the big right hand yet. But he is a fighter. The bell ends round number 1. That's the Roy Jones Jr. round. No doubt about it.
It could have been 10-8 almost. It was getting close.
Salton Murchison in the front of Roy Jones. And Big Roy in there with him for the first time in a while.
It's a good thing to see. You're going to see, left hook. The check hook. He's setting him up with the check hook. He's going to throw it again here. Check hook. Omar got caught square on that shot, actually.
Yeah, he really did. It buckled the knees, too, but that shows his condition, and he's in shape for this fight. He's been out of action for that 17 months, and he really wants to fight, too. And he's only 32 years of age. His career isn't over.
But he's had a lot of wars.
Yes, he has. Too many wars, probably.
He is what we call in the world a tried and true. He's a hard fighter.
All right, here we go. Round number 2. This is scheduled for 12. And here comes Sheika now trying to turn up the pace. His corner's told him, hey, you can't let this guy walk all over you. Roy lets him come in, protects himself with his gloves high, digs to the body. Real hard shots by Roy to the body. Works his hand on the inside, catches him with an uppercut, bounces the head back.
Too fast for him.
Even at age 40, tremendous hand speed. And Roy is in his zone right now, fighting in Pensacola, having things going his way early here. He's in his zone.
Yes, he is. And Sheika is too square. He's too square, leaning over too much. He's getting caught with too many shots. He's getting hit with these little body shots, and they seem to sting.
Well, it's going to be tough for him to fight from the outside with the reach advantage that Roy has. Roy can fight on the inside or the outside. Sheika's got to do something with that jab to come in and back Roy off and then throw the right hand. But Roy is slick. You'll hold that left hand high, and then you don't know if he's going to come with the right or he's going to just throw the hook over your hand when you come in. He's so slick. That's why he's been so good in his career.
Check hook is getting there every time because Sheika leans over.
Explain what you mean about a check hook.
It's a check hook when you separate yourself just enough to let the guy lean in. It's called a check hook.
As opposed to moving in and just letting the hook fly.
Yeah, he take a step back, call a check hook.
Now he's executing it. Oh, look at that shot.
That wasn't a check hook, that was a hook.
That was a hook right on the liver. Just a little bit high to be on the liver. As it had been on the liver, Sheika would have gone down. As I said, Roy is in a groove with a minute and 11 seconds to go here.
He came out on fire. When the crowd, I can see it in his eyes. When the crowd went to screaming, this is what is hard for a fighter to let go. The adulation.
This is only the second round of a scheduled 12-round affair here in Roy Jones' hometown of Pensacola, Florida. Misses that shot.
He sees everything, though.
He's got great eyes. There's the uppercut. He come at you with so many weapons. That time it was the uppercut. And you see him suckering him in. He holds the left hand down.
Check hook. Or left uppercut.
Instead, he throws the right hand. But, you know, Nate is telling you a couple of things he could have done, and then he goes with the third thing. So this guy, just really, even at 40 years of age, a terrific fighter.
Yeah, he still has all the punches.
And while Sheika may be kind of tailor-made for him in that he doesn't have the great speed, this guy is a world-class fighter that he's fighting tonight. Although he's been off for quite a while, and there's got to be some ring rust. But I mean, Roy is just totally outclassing a guy that is carried the likes of, you know, left hook Lacey and so many other guys like Marcus Bayer, the champion from Germany, the full distance. And I mean, Roy's just cakewalking through him right now.
Well, none of those guys were as exceptional as Roy Jones. I mean, Marcus Bayer. I love Jeff, but he doesn't have the hand speed that Roy has.
I'll tell you one thing, Nate. You wouldn't want to go to Germany and try to beat Marcus Bayer.
You would want to go to Germany and try to beat Marcus Bayer's mother.
There's the replay here showing you the best of Roy Jones.
Right hand, left hook, bing. Right hand, left hook again. He doubled the right hand, which was... Roy just has every punch. And he still sees pretty well.
The thing that I find extraordinary is his hand speed at 40 years of age. I mean, you know, and it's not where it used to be, folks. Remember, this is a man, he's still 40, but it's extraordinary the hand speed that he has over Sheika. And Sheika's a warrior, as Nate has said. And he doesn't like this coming to a guy's backyard and having this happen to him.
And he's going to do everything in his power to make it stop. But I don't know what he can do.
It's not the first time that Sheika's gone to somebody's backyard and taken a pounding. It happened to him in '98 against Tony Booth in Sheffield, England, against Calzaghe in 2000 in Wales, against Eric Lucas in Montreal in '02 and in '03 and '04 against Scott Pemberton up in Connecticut, and then the ones we mentioned, Marcus Bayer in Berlin and Jeff Lacey in Las Vegas. So it's not the first time this guy, Sheika, a warrior, has gone to war in somebody's backyard. And listen to the crowd reaction of what Roy Jones is doing. The jab, the jab.
Roy Jones still has some of the things that he had as a youth. He doesn't have all the great things, but he has enough to be too much for this guy. And that's what people love him. And I love Sheika. Sheika's one of my favorite fighters. He's always been one of my favorite fighters because he fights with his heart on his sleeve. But he's also fighting one of my favorite fighters of all time.
The one thing about Roy Jones Jr., we have not enough stars in the world of boxing today. And for the past decade and then some, Roy Jones Jr. is certainly one of the stars. And that's why you folks who paid for this and are watching around the world tuned in to see this guy. Oh, he gets cut with a left hook by Sheika. Roy taunts him, and he's done that throughout his career. Comes with the uppercut, another uppercut. Gets clipped again, 2 shots. And this is what we mean about Sheika. No matter what Roy does, he's not shaking this guy.
Well, he's not. This guy, this guy don't care. Omar has nothing to lose.
But you know, if a guy was doing that to me in the ring and I'm fighting him, I'd want to kill him. I mean, not literally kill him.
You want to fight? What you want to do?
Yeah, I don't want a guy making fun of me.
No, here's the question. What are you gonna do? Get mad? You're already in a fight.
That's right. Yeah, that's the other thing. You know, you think when you're not a fighter, you're a fighter, of course, but you think a guy like me that's called so many fights, and you know, you'd say, geez, I'd like to get in a street fight with this guy, but it's altogether different in the prize ring.
Let me tell you something. I love when the guys come in and say, man, I did time and so and so. Those are the guys I like to beat up. Because this ain't the same thing as what you did out in the street. It's a totally different story. There's 2 or 3 rules in this game.
Yeah, you know, it's a funny line that you had, though. What are you going to do? Get mad? You're already in a fight.
A trainer once asked me that a long time ago. What are you going to do? Get mad? You're already in a fight.
And that's what it's about at the professional prize ring. Keeping under control, and that goes to whether you're in boxing or mixed martial arts. I don't remember that line, Nate. I like that. You're already in a fight. Oh, big left hook. Roy clocked him with that shot. And then the right hand at the bell. Whoa, how about that?
This fight is starting to go a bad way for Omar.
I don't know if the sound we're watching around the world or across the United States at pay-per-view is translating into the bedlam that's going on in this arena, but it's extraordinary.
Beautiful combination from Roy. Ding, left uppercut, right uppercut. And he's going to hit him with another one. Combination. Ding. Still has his hand speed.
Roy Jones Jr., one of the all-time greats, future Hall of Famer. Meanwhile, Sheika, who has lost all 3 of the first 3 rounds, there's no quitting this guy.
Dang, what do you have to? What does he have to lose?
He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain here, and he's getting a heck of a payday. And that's what professional boxing is about getting money. Roy lets it go.
Oh, beautiful combination. Was it a double right hand or double left hook? I couldn't see it.
Both hands. He threw the right hand and then the left behind it. But that's what Roy does. He sets up these traps for you, trying to sucker him in and go the way Nate describes it with that check left hook to get him in. Instead, he goes with the jab, and you never know where he's coming from with Roy. You know, you could go with the right hand lead right now. Instead, the 2 hooks. There's another double hook.
Well, actually, that was all left hooks.
And again, we're talking about a 40-year-old man that's showing this kind of hand speed.
Hey, man, I'm sick of y'all talking about this age thing because I'm old for a lightweight.
Well, you got a way to go to catch up with me, so don't worry about it, Nate. You're all right.
And Roy, too.
Nice stiff jab. Listen to the crowd. Crowd is actually on its feet, a lot of them. Jab, jab. Roy putting on a boxing clinic here. Sheika just can't seem to figure him out. Roy's showing the footwork, the hand speed, the jab, the hooks. And he'll unleash the right hand with a right hand lead every once in a while. And not only that, he's going to look at his face like, hey, I'm enjoying this as he looks over the ropes.
Omar's game. Through all of this, Omar has not quit.
He just took a big right hand, and he came right through it, came right back with 2 right hands of his own.
Roy's going to go to the body now. He's going to hit him with something to go to the body. If he doesn't hit him with a headshot, he can go to the body.
Here he is trying to set the trap again, trying to bring him in. He does come in, but he's not able to land the right hand of Sheika. I'll tell you one thing, Sheika's game. There's not one person probably in this crowd other than Nettles Nasser and Joey Rivera and Mass Ali that work the corner of Omar Sheika that are rooting for him. Everyone else is for Roy Jones Jr. If it is his final fight, they want to see him go out with this kind of flair. If it isn't, they want to see him knock this guy out and go on to one more big fight.
I feel a body shot coming.
And it could have been a body shot, but instead he elected to go with the right hand to the head. And again, that's a thing that you never know with Roy, from whence it will come. As he kind of light uppercuts, and Sheika continues to come in, and he continues to throw. And while, you know, this is a testimony to Roy Jones Jr., and it's almost a tribute to Roy Jones Jr. night here in Pensacola, I don't want to take away from the fortitude and courage of Omar Sheika, who's got everything against him tonight, but he's plenty game. That time he just took a good left hook to the right side of his head.
And waved Roy in.
That ends the 4th round, another Jones Jr. round. Crowd can't get enough of this.
Well, he's home.
The Colonel Bob Sheridan here with Nate Campbell, former lightweight champion of the world, is moving up to 140 to contest very soon. We'll listen to Roy's corner.
Roy Jones doing what Roy Jones does. Jab. He's going to stick another jab. Oh, hit him with a hook this time. I thought it was a succession that he hit him with like 7 or 8 jabs. His speed is too much for Omar right now. And I don't see Roy slowing down right now.
There's no indication of it yet. Here we go to round 5. This is scheduled for 12. I mean, you take a look at the body of Roy Jones Jr. Say he's in great shape, but he's still 40 years of age. Can he continue at this ferocious pace for the next several rounds of this fight? A long way to go yet. Sheika hasn't won his first round, but he hasn't wilted either. And he's taken some real good shots by Roy. And there's another one. The left hook.
Left uppercut, brutal.
And every time Roy lands a shot like that, he gets like a second flush of adrenaline. There's another one.
Omar's taking these shots and is not even blinking.
And it's not taking any effect on the legs of Sheika. His legs are still pretty solid in spite of the fact he's taking. And there's a third left hook in this round. And another one.
Fifth. I mean, just, he's going to go to the body.
Sheika's got to get out there and circle his left away from those hooks. And Roy's not going to throw right hands. Try to get in position and get away from that left hook because he's getting punished by it.
He's a straight line fighter.
That's the problem. He comes right at you. You know what you're getting when you're getting him.
These are the kind of fighters that Roy destroys.
He's a perfect opponent for Roy. There's no question about that. And, you know, Roy's been criticized from time to time in his career for selecting the opponents. But when you look at the guys he's defeated, he defeated everybody he had to. But you're smart picking a guy that's going to be your style.
Omar's cut and bad.
Yeah, it's a cut on the bridge of the nose, it looks like. And that's from a punch.
Well, it wouldn't be from anything else because that's all they get hit with. Omar still is not looking yet.
Big shots. That's it. It's all over. And a good stoppage by Tommy Kimmins. I agree. I mean, the way this fight was progressing, Omar Sheika wasn't in it on the scoring sheet. I don't know how bad the cut is, but it's bad enough that he took a lot of head blows, Nate. And you don't want to put I would guess, we don't have punch stat here, but I would guess, what, 30, 40, maybe 50 head blows in this fight?
I don't know, but...
Well, I mean, if it's 50, it's only 10 a round, and it certainly looked like he took more than 10 a round.
He probably took 40 a round. But,
but hard shots.
I mean, even, you know, at the end of the day, he wanted to go out on his shield. Yeah. And he wasn't being hurt. He wasn't bumbling all over the place. It's not like Omar this is his chance. And as far as he's concerned, he wanted to take it.
Well, I certainly applaud the courage and fortitude of Omar Sheika. And once again, Roy Jones Jr. surprises me. Although I've called so many of his fights over the years, it seems like nothing he does really and truly surprises me. And Nate, I don't like your age, what, 37 now, you don't like me talking about older fighters, but I'll tell you this, at 40 years old, what he accomplished tonight was extraordinary, in spite of the fact that Sheika was the perfect opponent for him.
At this point, don't he deserve a few of those perfect opponents? I mean,
I'm not saying anything but stating the fact.
On my way out, I'm gonna fight 10 perfect opponents, and I want everybody to show up like this right in Jacksonville
and get a huge payday.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I think I deserve a few opponents like that. I mean, ain't like nobody looked out for me. I mean, nobody's looked out for Roy. I think Roy's fought the fighters he had to fight. Maybe we didn't fight them all at the right time. We didn't fight them when we wanted them to, but eventually he fought them all.
All right, let's see where this cut is exactly, if we can see it in the replay here, Nate. And see, I know when it opens up.
Uppercut.
Boom, right there, the right hand, right on top of the bridge of the nose, it looks like.
Oh, that was it. It was. It was the right hand. I thought it was the uppercut that got him.
And here's the end of the fight. Two real hard shots, and Tommy's seen enough. And Omar says, why? Why are you stopping the fight? In fairness, his legs never buckle, but I'll tell you this. You don't want the brain crashing up against the side of the skull any more times than what Omar Sheika took in this fight tonight. 32 years old, off for 17 months, came back and fought his heart out, and he's really annoyed that Tommy stopped the fight. But I do not disagree with Tommy Kimmins whatsoever. I totally in agreement. Let's make it official. Jimmy Lennon Jr. standing by, so let's get the official rendition. Here you go, Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute, 45 seconds in round number 5. Our referee in charge stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is the new NABO light heavyweight champion, Roy Jones Jr.
so just an extraordinary effort by Roy Jones Jr. to stop him in the 5th round against Omar Sheika. And if this, in fact, is the final fight for Roy Jones Jr., he went out in grand style. If it's not the final fight, based on what we saw tonight, Nate, you could see any cause for him to continue fighting.
Yeah, I mean, there are some fights out there for him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly who, but I mean, he still matches up with some of the best and biggest names out there.
Well, he certainly does. And as soon as Roy finishes his celebration and Rob Brown can get in position, we're going to have an interview with Roy Jones Jr. But, I mean, this is what could be a farewell to Roy Jones Jr. And from what I saw tonight, I'd actually like to see him continue fighting. And I'm not really in favor of guys over 40 years old continuing to fight. But Roy Jones was an extraordinary talent, and extraordinary talented athletes do extraordinary things.
Well, you get used to those guys over 40 because it's happening more and more lately.
Yeah, it is. Okay, Rob Brown has the champ. Is Roy Jones Jr. with Rob Brown. Rob?